Hello, everyone. This is Sam with the Bluegrass Council of the Blind. Thank you so much for joining us for another assistive technology seminar. Today, we are going to be talking about large print keyboards or accessible keyboards in general, and how for a lot of us with low vision, they could be much more helpful than your standard keyboard. So as always, before we get started though, I want to extend an invitation. If you guys would like to learn more about us and what we do at the Bluegrass Council of the Blind, you can definitely check out our website. The address is www.bcbky.org. You can send us an email, info@bcbky.org, or you can give us a call. Our number is 859-259-1834. All right, and of course, definitely check out our previous videos. They should all be in our YouTube channel. There will be a link in the description of this video to go right there. We've got a lot of assistive technology videos, related videos, as well as some of our other events. So definitely check those out. Okay, so like I said, today I wanted to talk about large print keyboards. And obviously, this is not a large print keyboard. In fact, this is a pretty terrible keyboard that I found laying around the office here, just to illustrate what types of keyboards are out there that you might run into. This is just a cheap keyboard that is usually given away whenever you purchase a new computer, and just basically just to get the job done. It works. It's, perfectly fine, functional keyboard, but for low vision, this is not good. This is just a big black rectangle. There's no contrast, there's no large print, there's nothing to help us out. So you might get a keyboard like this. You might even have a keyboard like this one here, which is essentially the same thing, only white. This you would probably find on an older style computer, or maybe even a Mac. Macs usually have white keyboards. Then here's another example. This is an even older one. I don't even know where I pulled this one out, but this is what you would find at an old IBM office center. So kind of a throwback to the past. But either way, these types of keyboards, whereas they're functional, they're just not good for low vision. What aspects of a low vision keyboard might we be looking for? If you're going to go out and purchase one, what should you look for? Well, we are looking for large print, high contrast, and there's several different options we have available. I've got several to show you here. Let me pull this one out real quick, and we can start. I'm dealing with cables and wires here. Okay, here we go. So here is an example of a large print keyboard, and right away you can see that it's much better. Now, the image is reversed because of the camera, but you can see right away we've got large print, high contrast letters. This is a white letter on top of a black key, and the keys are on a black keyboard, the black background of a keyboard. So this is great contrast. We can get even better. We will take a look at some better contrast options here in a second, but this is a good place to start. Large print, high contrast. Really, that's fantastic. And all the buttons, all the keys are labeled with their high contrast information. And this is fantastic. Something else that is really helpful for tactile typists, which most of us with low vision or vision impairment is having good separation between the keys. The keys have good breaks in between them, I guess you could say. And that helps our fingers find the different keys a little bit easier. If you can imagine the keyboard on a laptop where it's almost a single surface, and there's very little physical indication of in between the keys. That's can be much more difficult for a lot of us, myself included. So we have lots of different color combinations. This is the inverted style, which is white letters on a black background. We also have the opposite, which is your standard black letters on a white background, but still having that large print high contrast. And this one is extra high contrast because we have a black background keyboard and white keys. So in between, like our arrow keys here, there's some good black separation visually, separating our number pad here from the home and insert and all those keys, separating our function row up here at top, our number and function row. So these are great. Then another option for high contrast, color contrast would be something like this. This is similar, but this is now black letters on a yellow key on a black background. So once again, we have that good contrast between the yellow and the black, and the yellow and the black letters. Still large print, still high contrast, very good. And pretty good separation between these keys, although that's getting a little close for how I like to keyboards. Now, one thing also to notice is that all keys have a bump on the F and the J. So there's one, let's see, and trying to find them just by feel, there's the other. So there's the F and here's the J. They all have a bump on those two keys. The problem is that like it is in the case with this one, sometimes those bumps aren't very easy to feel. They're just very small bumps, very light, shallow bumps. So one thing you can do is to, which I do on a lot of my keyboards, pull this black one back into here, is you might not be able to see it, but here on the F and the J, and I know it's kind of off to the side. There we go, I'll zoom it in here. In fact, I think I can, let me try to, yeah, there we go, we can zoom in. So let's find our F and J again. So here is the F, and you can see I've got a little bump dot on there. And then if I go over, oh, that was the J, excuse me, here's the F. I've got a little bump dot on that one as well. So that's something you can do to help you find them a little bit easier, is to put on a bump dot. There we go. So it just makes it easier to find those keys, very fast and easy. Now, another option is a keyboard. I'm gonna scoot this over just a little bit. The keyboard that I use here at my desk is a light up keyboard. So let me turn off this light here and let me zoom in again, and we'll see if we can see these. I might need to try and sorry, wrong button. Let me cycle through here. Okay, there we go. Might not work. Okay, let's try this at least. I'll go back down. So this keyboard is large print, just like before, but this one is also, move this a little bit so you guys can see more of the keyboard. This one is also illuminated. So if I can lower the brightness, I don't know if you guys will be able to see this on the camera, but I can also change the colors. So there's a blue, That's kind of a red, I believe. There's a bright greenish, and then they have a yellow. So it's not going to show up as well on camera, but this one, like I said, lights up, and which is this is great. So this adds another layer of contrast, especially in low light situations where most of us are going to be using a keyboard at home, maybe in a dining room or in your office or a bedroom. And we probably don't have great like office lights in your bedroom. So it's probably low light situation. So a large print high contrast keyboard is very helpful, but having those keys also light up and all the letters glowing nice and bright in that low light situation is going to make it even better. So backlit, that's what you want to look for in a keyboard. This is a large print backlit keyboard and works really, really well. Set that back aside. Now I've got probably my favorite kind of keyboards here is the Logic style keyboards. I'm a big fan of Logic keyboards. They just make really high quality keyboards. Got some here to show you. So here's an example of one of the Logic keyboards. Let me get the wire out of the way. There we go. So this is their large print inverted color. So it's white letters on a black key, but then the black key is on a silver keyboard and a silver background. Sorry. This is really, really good. I love this keyboard. Great contrast on this keyboard. Great large print, easy to see. And these are fantastic keyboards. You even get USB ports, 2 USB ports in these keyboards. These keyboards are not cheap, I will be honest with you. These are over $100 keyboards, but they are fantastic. Really, really well made, high quality keyboard. So if you're looking for something for your job or your office, it's professional work, and you need something high quality and reliable, love the Logic keyboards. And they have a wide variety of color schemes that you can choose from. This next one is really cool. This is similar to that one, but this is a yellow letter, large print letter on the black key on that silver background. So really unique color combination here and very high contrast and just once again, high quality keyboard. They also make Bluetooth keyboards. Oh, I'm sorry, this isn't from Logic, but I also want to point out that you can also get large print Bluetooth keyboards, and these are just little keyboards. This one even has a little trackpad here, but exactly the same as their wired big brothers. But these just connect via Bluetooth. So these are going to be great for working with cell phones, smartphones, tablets like an iPad or an Android tablet. If you have a laptop and for some reason you just don't love the keyboard on the laptop, you can get a wired keyboard to plug into it, but a Bluetooth one would be good as well because they're really very portable and just works well. One thing to note though is oftentimes the keys aren't as raised up and separated as a larger keyboard, a full-size keyboard. And that's the only thing I'm not crazy about with this guy, but still works pretty well. And then finally, this is another Logic keyboard that I wanted to show you. And this is the black letters on a white key on a black background. So once again, great contrast, that black against the white against the black, and really high high contrast keys and large print and all that. But one thing unique about this one, and you guys are probably not going to be able to see it on the camera, but these keys also have braille on them. All these keys have the corresponding braille character as well. So for someone that is maybe transitioning from reading print to using braille, this might be a good option because they can feel all the braille characters as they're typing, and everything, even the home and the insert and the PS for the picture, all of that, all the function keys, everything has braille on it. The enter, the escape, all of that has braille. It's pretty cool. They make this version, which is braille and large print, and they make another version that is just braille. Doesn't have any printed letters on it at all. And very, very cool. It's part of their some of their new series. One thing to mention though, that all of these that I'm showing you today are all Windows, marked for Windows, but that's mainly because that's what we work with here and what kind of computer I have. But all of these could be plugged up to a Mac computer and used with an Apple computer or an Apple iPad and all that. Just because it has the Windows logo on here and it says Control instead of Command, doesn't necessarily matter. You should be able to use all these keyboards just the same. So that is it, guys. That was a quick look at some large print keyboards that are available. One thing I'll mention too is that some of these keyboards, like these Logic keyboards, are a little bit on the pricey side because they are professional grade keyboards, but you don't have to spend an arm and a leg on these keyboards. You can find them pretty inexpensively on sites like Amazon. I believe this high contrast yellow and black keyboard is only like less than $20 for this keyboard. So you can definitely find them at a much more affordable price. So if you guys have any questions about large print keyboards or anything assistive technology related, please feel free to reach out to me. You can send me an email directly, Sam, S-A-M, at bcbky.org. And of course, you can find all of our contact information listed down below in the video description. Thank you guys so much for joining us today, and stay tuned for more videos in the near future. Have a good one.